Hello. How are you? Oh, brother. I'll tell you something. I ain't got much to do tonight, but play some video games and then head to bed. I'm on that kick right now. Hold on. Alright. So, alright, let's see here. Okay. Ugh, jeez. Something about it. No, do not text me. Oh, I could just... I'm so stupid. So fucking stupid. Yeah, this one... Hell yeah! Fuck yeah! Nothing quite like having a credit card, am I right, boys? Am I fucking right? Yeah! I don't think you understand. Actually, I have a very low spending limit on my card. Because of fucking course, dude. A fucking course, dude. Like, why? Yeah. An online friend of mine was like, we're sending the nerd emoji back and forth, and they're like, it's not called the nerd emoji because it's actually the geek emoji, and I'm just laughing to myself like, who the fuck says geek? Who says it's the geek emoji? And he's like, and they're like, oh, actually, when I search up geek emoji, it pops up. And so I literally, like, take a screen recording of me, like, going into the search bar for the emojis. And I just type in nerd and I send it. Now they have that forever. Anytime they feel like they need to get schooled. It is there forever. Yes, please. I need to. Okay. It's so funny. It's so fucking funny. Jeez, how many fucking things I gotta jump through? Yeah, whatever. Fucking agree. I'm just trying to pay a fucking... I had to go to the hospital because I had a panic attack earlier this month, I think. Because I just had to get my medication sorted with my MD. Alright, I think that's good. I've got about $5 in my fucking credit card. Is it spending? Of course, you can spend past your spending limit. It's just they're gonna charge you for it, so. Alright. That's that. That's that. We're done with that. We're fucking done with that one. Alright. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna move out. Okay? And what I've noticed right now, I don't know. I have to ask around. But I feel like I don't know about you guys. I don't like those coil ovens. Those hot coil ovens. I don't like them. Okay? One thing, if you're cooking and something falls into the fucking oven coil, you'd have to wait until you're done cooking. Which by then the thing that is in there is burnt to a crisp. remove the coil, which is a bitch in its own because those coils are fucking disgusting. They amass so much dirt and grime. And then fucking clean the bottom. I ain't doing that shit. So here's my plan. I'm going to take what is known as a stove cover. I'm not gonna get the small ones that are just little plates. No. I'm going to get a large stove cover. Large enough to just cover the whole fucking stove. And then I'm gonna put, and then I'm gonna just grab one of these 4-burner electric cooktops that you just plug in. Usually people will like embed these into granite countertops so that you don't have to have an entire stove. But since I already have an entire stove and a whole oven, I just get one of these. Since I can't put it in the granite, which I don't have granite countertops, I don't think, I can just straight up just put it on the stove cover, and then plug it in where the stove is plugged in. So then I have an electric stove and I have a conventional oven. And I do like the ovens on those stoves, despite the fact that they are, I mean, every oven is dangerous to some extent, but most of them still use coils, I suppose, but still, an oven's an oven. I don't even use the oven very often, because I'm gonna have a fucking air fryer, and I air fry all my fucking vegetarian shit. It's healthier than putting it in the oven, because that's where the oils get fucking sucked into the things that you're cooking when you cook it in the oven or you cook it on the stovetop. You air fry it, beautiful, no oil. Minimal oil. Because if you don't know, when you cook things and they get a little crispy, they're not getting crispy because that's just what the material of the food does. No. It gets crispy because the oil is splashing back into the food particles, the fucking meat or the vegetables or what have you. Now, vegetables don't get as crispy as meat, but you know what I mean. So you're cooking, and you're like, damn, this thing is looking crispy. It's looking crispy because it's covered in oil. Disgusting oil. Just, ugh. It's so bad for you. Don't put oil in your food. I can't tell you. Like, my quote-unquote family love pork. Okay? They love pork. They love steaks. And they love the greasiest, oiliest food you could find. Just the more oil, the better. And it's like, what is wrong with you? You don't need that much oil in your fucking life. What are you doing? You're not a fucking robot. I'm making tea. They cook everything in oil, and if you've ever eaten pork, you'll know that shit sucks up oil, and it's goopy and fucking ugh. It's like, if you have pork, usually the pork is so fatty that the oil seeps into the fat and it just makes it goopier. It tastes like when you put the fucking pork in your mouth, it's like you're eating mucus. It's disgusting. It has the consistency of a goopy, like fucking Nickelodeon slime in your mouth. It's awful. I don't know why they do that. But they love that shit. They love it. They love fat. Alright? They cook with fucking fat. They take pig fat and turn it into cookable fat, and they store that shit. When I was starting my fucking vegetarian journey, let's say, I was making pizza, because I was like, pizzas are great, you know, it's got a little cheese in it, you know. Not vegan, just vegetarian. I can still have cheese, you know, animal byproducts, but not animal products, you know, like not, byproducts are things that you can get from an animal that you don't have to get from killing the animal. Milk, everything dairy related, essentially, eggs, that's about it, really. milk and eggs are the most prominent animal byproducts, specifically cow milk and chicken eggs. There's plenty of animals that produce byproducts, but the most popular ones are cows and chickens. So, I'm like, I'm gonna eat pizza. It's got no meat in it, you know? And it's just bread. It's just bread and cheese and some tomato sauce. It's so simple. You know, a great starting point for if you're trying to get into vegetarianism. I have to do it for health reasons. I can't eat meat, so I have to find protein in other ways. I've recently become very allergic to meat, so I have to find protein in different ways. Hello. Welcome to the stream. See, I caught your chat because it popped up on my screen, so I don't have to look at OBS. Anyways, so I was cooking my pizza, right? And then in comes along, just so happens, my quote-unquote family is storing pig fat in the oven. In the fucking oven. If you don't understand that, pig fat is mostly used, lard as they call it, is used for cooking. So when you put, it's an oil. You shouldn't put the oil in the flammable, like, heat induction, like, you know, the oven. You shouldn't put it in the oven. But it's like, oh, we put it there to just keep it safe. It's like, put it somewhere else. Put it away from the oven, so that way you're not making a bomb, you know? When I cook my pizza, I'm not afraid that I forgot to take out the pig fat. Now the house is gonna blow up, you know? And then they blamed me. And they said, well, just take the pig fat out. I'm like, don't put the fucking pig fat in the oven. You could store it anywhere else. Find a container that, like, seals so that bugs and shit don't go into it. Just fucking seal it. Don't put it in the oven because bugs don't go to the oven. It's like, don't put it in there. And it's not even like bugs are just attracted to pig fat. You know, it's not like ants to sugar. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting this highly flammable substance in the oven? I guess because they don't use the oven, and it's like, how is that my fault? Why are you blaming me for wanting to make pizza? If you see me making pizza and I'm taking the fucking pig fat out of the oven, and I'm putting it on the counter, I think you should just instinctually be like, well, guess it's time to take the pig fat out of the oven. It's like, just do that. There's no common sense in these people's lives. They just go and do things that are just extremely dangerous. The other day I was at work and this fucking idiot was like cleaning the dishes. And the one thing you never do when you clean dishes is you put the knives pointing up. You don't do that. If it's blunt, you put the blunt end up. If it's sharp like a knife, you put it pointing down. So whenever somebody's just rummaging around in the fucking sink, they don't stab themselves with a knife. It's like, this is common sense here, people. Just don't put the explosive substance in the oven, and don't point your knives towards the sky. Like, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what they did in ancient times to vanquish an enemy? Their knives were pointed towards the sky. Do you know what they did when it was times of peace? Their knives were pointed down in a fucking sheath, you know, like away from any sort of bodily harm that could come from it, you know? And we're not even in those times, so why are you putting the fucking knives up into the air? It's fucking stupid. They want to blow up the house and they want to cut my fucking hands, apparently. I thought this was common sense. I thought people just knew instinctively, okay, don't put the knife pointed up. Like, what are you doing when you're going to grab a knife? Are you literally like pinching? Because you can't like grab the blade, right? So in actuality, you're just going up to it, pinching the blade up out of the fucking sink so that you could use the knife. It's like just point it down and then you can just grab the handle. That's why knife holders have the handles out rather than the other way around. You know? It's like, what are you doing? There's no like sense of self-preservation in these people's minds, because they're fucking idiots. They're actual idiots. This is the mind of a conservative people. I'm gonna point the knife upward. I'm gonna make my oven into an explosive so that nobody fucking uses the oven. I swear. If you use the oven, it's gonna blow up because I put fucking oil, a giant vat of fucking pig fat, in the oven. If that shit gets just a little bit too hot, boom, there goes the house up in flames. And what are the firefighters gonna say? Well, it looks like the fire came from this vat of pig fat in the oven. Why would you keep that in the oven? That's what they'd say. That's exactly what they'd say. Why did you keep pig fat in the oven? That's like keeping your cooking oils in the oven. Because that's what it is. Pig fat lard is for cooking. You use it in place of cooking oil. And they put it in the oven. I'm gonna place my olive oil in the oven right next to my avocado oil, just stacked in there, bottle after bottle, plastic bottles with the glass bottles, with just everything, just a mess inside the oven because you thought, what? You put the cooking oil in the oven, no, you don't. You put cooking oil on the food and then you put it in the oven. You don't just put the actual vat of oil in the oven, It doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute to me. It's like, where does your mind go to think, this is a safe place to put my oils? Is in this flammable air, that goes against all convention of safety. Literally, I swear, if you look at the manual for the fucking oven, it's gonna tell you don't put oil in it. Don't put containers of oil in the oven. It will literally say, keep all flammable substances away from the oven. Things aren't flammable when they're on food, because food usually is filled with moisture. So it's not gonna blow up. You know what isn't filled with moisture? Dried up fucking lard that you haven't used yet. Like a full vat of lard just sitting in the oven. It has no moisture, so that's why it's gonna blow up. That's why your house is on fire, man. Because you left your fucking lard in the oven and you thought, well, who cares? Even if you're just done with the lard for the day and then you put it in the oven for safekeeping. That's stupid too. But for a couple minutes, yeah, that's fine. That thing was in there for days. Maybe even months, I don't know. I only figured out that was in the oven when I fucking started cooking pizza. When I started baking some pizza, that thing was there. What the fuck? Get rid of it. Throw it away. Dude, what are you doing with that much lard? You don't even cook with that shit. You look at the fucking top layer of the lard, not a fucking spoon has been dragged through that shit. And that shit's dry as fuck. What are you fucking doing with your lives? I swear. And there's so much, little individual details like that just happen every day in this house. It's insane. It's insane. Anyways, so, as I was saying, I'm moving out soon, so there's a reason I'm saying all this crazy shit, fuck, I forgot my fucking spoon. Son of a bitch. I was down there and I didn't get the spoon. Fuck! Clue-Cluka. Hello, Clue-Cluka. You have a Game Awards icon? What does that even mean? Were you just at the Game Awards? I don't know how you get icons like that. First time chatter though, thank you for chatting. I don't even know if you're still here, but it was nice that you said hello. I'm gonna go get a fucking spoon to stir my fucking tea, so just give me a fucking second. Just give me a fucking second here. BRB. I'll be right back. You can leave little comments. I'll check the chat on OBS if it's not on my screen. BRB. Alright, I'm back. How do you doing? Oh, you know what? I've actually got a new background today. What is it called? Go to this and then... Where is it? It is the same, show. Where is it? Did I not get a new background? What the fuck? Well, you don't know me, but I know you. And I've got a message to give to you. Here comes the planes. Keep going. Alright, here. Alright. Gotta browse. Go to this one. Well, you don't know me, but I know you. And I've got a message to give to you. And here come the planes. That's better. That's a good one. Alright, now I'm gonna make my tea. That's good. That's a good one. Name of the anime is up in the corner, in case you're curious. I don't know why there's so many GIFs of this anime, but you know what? It matches my aesthetic, so I ain't mad. I ain't fucking mad. Anyways, this stream can't be long, but it's the weekend, it's my day off, so I can go maybe until like midnight. Usually I go longer, because I know that there's some people that watch, I know you guys come on and off, and some of you, at the very least, I know one of you lives in actual Australia. The Outback, as we call it. Not to be confused with Outback Steakhouse, which isn't Australian. They just have a blooming onion. It's really more of an American restaurant once you really break it down. There's actually nothing there that is truly Australian in origin other than a fucking bloomin' onion. You know what I mean? And I mean every fucking restaurant has a fucking bloomin' onion. So you don't even have to be the Outback to have a bloomin' onion. I always thought that was cool though. Like growing up going to Outback Steakhouse, I was like, damn, they have a lot of stuff from Australia. Because I didn't know how terrifying Australia was. I just thought it was like, oh, they've got kangaroos and Crocodile Dundee. Oh man, I wanna go to Australia. And then I found out that they have spiders the size of my face. That weave webs so large they cover multiple trees, and snakes that slither from the fucking toilet up to your ass and just bites down, and then you're poisoned from a toilet snake. A damn toilet. There's a snake in my toilet. Yeah. I was a really big Crocodile Dundee fan as a child because they would play Discovery Kids, I think, a lot on TV. And this was before I got into like watching cartoons all the time. Just because like my parents were just kind of like, they censor a lot of things in my life. My quote unquote parents. They censor a lot of shit in my life. And so, like, no cartoons at a young age. I can't even remember a single cartoon that wasn't, like, a Disney Channel. Or, not a Disney Channel. Not even Disney Channel. It's just a Disney movie. Like, I was only... I cannot remember any TV shows, from, like, when I was, like, 5, maybe. Like, 4 or 5. Like, literally, the shows I actually remember watching when I used to live in, Florida... was like Cops with my grandma, you know, because we weren't watching cartoons. It was just like TV was just for me, like at that age, like TV was a thing that adults watched, and there was nothing for kids at that age. You know, I had already grown out of like watching Barney or watching Thomas the fucking Tank Engine or Bob the Builder, shit like that. Huge Barney fan. One of my only birthdays ever was a Barney themed birthday. Which is, if you don't know, a very lucrative business in Florida. Yeah, let me tell you. You're not gonna find that where I live. Not in the South. You go to Miami, Florida, ooh, buddy. Those kids are eating good. They get bounce houses. They get fucking costume-themed entertainers. Not clowns. Not clowns. You get Princess Cinderella come to your party, alright? You're a Cinderella fan in the fucking 2000s? She's coming to your birthday party, okay? What? If you're rich enough. But she's coming to your birthday party. You fucking know it. And they look very similar, okay? That's the whole point of the fucking gig. They'd have characters come in. It would all be themed towards, like, your favorite movie from Disney or your favorite show or what have you. You know, and then they'd paint your face, they'd give you a bouncy castle. Everyone in Florida has a pool, so, you know, the bouncy castle's right next to the pool. You're just asking for trouble. That's why they had to put the nets on the bouncy castles, because too many people were jumping from the bouncy castles to the pools. They had to put a fucking net over them. Best case scenario. Your kid doesn't jump from the door of the bouncy castle to the pool. And by that, it's almost like when they set up the bouncy castles, they made sure that the doors were facing away from any sort of water. Like, every time. It's crazy. It's crazy. The kids' parties in Florida are insane. It literally just the most privileged fucks. They have parties like that, and then they want to get rid of, like, transgender rights. It's like, yeah, I feel like you're just... Have you not seen Disney? People have brought this up. Like, Ursula is not like... I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple drag queens that just dress up as Ursula. just because she's an icon, you know, or like they dress up as Maleficent, you know, like it's strange. It's very strange. Yeah, bouncy castles are very dangerous. You could break your legs on those, which is crazy. Because, like, the one time I actually got into a bouncy castle that was, like, at a birthday party, it started raining. But because my older brother was there, and he was, like, he's just, like, a wee bit older than me, he was still jumping in the bouncy castle when it started raining. So I was like, fucking, who gives a shit? I'm gonna jump in the bouncy castle. I'm gonna jump with him. If I leave, then he's gonna leave, you know, like, then he won't have anybody to jump with. It's gonna be depressing, so I'm like, I'm gonna fucking jump around with him. I have a very good relationship with him, despite the fact we don't talk. I feel like I have, like, absolutely no bad memories with him. And fucking, we were just bouncing around, but it was raining, so it was extremely dangerous, and the adults didn't care. They literally didn't give a shit. We were just bouncing around in a bouncy castle, and fucking not a single one of them actually said that. If anything, they encouraged us to continue to bounce in this castle. Yeah, not a surprising fact that we were sick like 2 days after. Yeah, because we were being drenched in Florida rain. You know, and the party was, like, near somebody's house that lived on the fucking river. So, like, and yeah, let me tell you, that was a fucking experience, too. Seeing a house that was on the river, yeah. No, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You go to Florida, there's people that live on the water. Like, actually, there's so many, like, rivers and streams or whatever. Some people just have houses on the fucking river. You come here to the South, you have to be rich as fuck to do that. Like, I moved here to the South. You have to be a fucking millionaire to live on a river or a lake. It's fucking insane, dude. But the rivers in Florida are bigger. So, I guess it's just more expensive to live on a lake. But the rivers in Florida are huge. They're huge. Like, you literally need a boat to get from one end of one person's backyard to the other side of another person's backyard. It's insane. It's actually insane. It's beautiful, though. It's a beautiful. I think I spent a summer at that house, and it was fucking beautiful. I'd look out. My father was in prison, so I had to stay with my aunt. And I stayed there for a summer. I was playing Saints Row 2 for the entire summer. It was Saints Row 2 and WWE 2013, I think, maybe? I don't remember. No, 2010, I think. Because I think those games come out early. So it wasn't 2010, but it said, like, hold on, let me look it up. It had to be one of those. Oh shit, let me plug my phone in. Sorry, that's the portable charger. If you're not a fan of portable chargers, you should be, okay? I have 3 different portable chargers. Count them, 1, 2, 3 fucking different portable chargers. And you know what? I have very rarely run out of power. Because sometimes I'll just be walking around and I want my phone with me. Grab one of those bad boys, plug them in, you know? And if you got 3 of them, ooh, baby. Yeah, no, you don't have to walk with all 3 of them around in your pocket, but just like, maybe you have a bag or something, you keep them in, and like, 1 in your pocket, connected to your phone, ooh. You can go anywhere. With any battery percentage. You have to get the bigger ones, sort of the ones that are the size of like an iPhone. Those are the good ones. But I have 2 of those that are about the size of my iPhone. And then 1 smaller cylindrical one, which doesn't hold as much power, but still very good. What were we looking up? WWE. It was called Raw versus... Oh, it's called SmackDown versus Raw. Oh, 2011. Yeah, that's probably why I forgot it. No, wait, what? Yeah, no, it was... Fuck, which one was it? I can't... Wait, this one was on the PS3. So it was probably this one. Which console? No, it was 2010. Yeah, because I remember the cover. It had John Cena in the front, and then a couple like, I think Undertaker, Rey Mysterio's in the back. Fuck, what is his name? He is the RKO. I forget his name though. He's the meme of like, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah, the one on the Xbox. This is the one. SmackDown versus Raw 2010 featuring ECW by THQ. Fucking phenomenal game. The only reason it was good is because you got to play a WWE game, which usually are fair, like they're fine. But you got to play a WWE game where you got to create your own character, and you can create scenarios, and you can create your own intro to the character. So whenever your character shows up in the ring, boom, it intros the character. It also had a ton of fucking different game modes to play. So many game modes. My favorite was, I think, Royal Rumble, which was like, it was basically a battle royale, but for WWE. So it was like, you'd have like 4 people in a ring, and once one of them is like pinned and knocked out, another person comes in, and that person's pinned and knocked out, another person comes in, and again and again and again. And the way you knock them out is that you pin them in the ring, or you throw them out of the ring, and then that's when another person comes in. So it's like, just imagine like 4 prepubescent boys, early 2009, playing this game, trying to knock each other out of the ring, like, and the order is random. So like, you might not even be in the ring with your friends. One of your friends might start off as the first person in the ring with like 3 other computers, and then they might lose that match. So it's actually better to be like the last in line than the person at the beginning of it. But I played the shit out of this game. It was this game, like by myself. I didn't have Xbox Live, none of that shit. I was just playing the game. This game and Saints Row 2. Just endless fucking games of Saints Row 2 again and again and again. And when I got bored of Saints Row 2, I popped in WWE. Played that for like 30 minutes to an hour. Popped Saints Row 2 back in because it's a story, and that's where that's where I fell in love with like a story-based video game, single-player experiences. And that's why it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I want to play it for Twitch at some point, just because it's so iconic. It's so like it's just right at the point. Saints Row 1 is like, it kind of looks like GTA. Saints Row 2 kind of takes it a little overboard, where it's like the story is just outlandish enough that it's like a satirical comedy of most like how do you say, like gang affiliated, like Bad Boys, like movies that like affiliate things with like city gangs, like the streets of New York or something like that, with gang warfare. Just completely making fun of it. It's so iconic. It's actually so iconic. But it's just at that point, right before Saints Row just goes absolutely insane. Just absolutely batshit insane. Like, whatever they were doing, I think it was also THQ. It was THQ Nordic or what? No, it was Volition. I don't know what they were fucking smoking at Volition. But when they got to like Saints Row 3, it was already kind of iffy. because at that point they went from gangsters to celebrities, but the celebrities were still gangsters, so they were still making fun of like those tropes, but they were moving on from them being gangsters to celebrities. And that's Saints Row 3. And then Saints Row 4 comes out, and you're no longer a celebrity, you're the president of the United States, there's an alien invasion, and then you're trapped in a simulation. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense what they did. And we don't even have to talk about the reboot. We don't have to talk about the reboot. I didn't play Gat Out of Hell. I heard it's very good. I didn't play it. I heard it's pretty good. Which Gat Out of Hell literally takes place after the ending of Saints Row 4. Absolutely insane. Oh, and you have superpowers. They just give you superpowers in the game of Saints Row 4. It's like, what happened here? A couple years ago, I was just shooting up, like, other rival games. Now, suffice it to say, some of those fucking fights are insane. Like, actually insane fights. One of the fights in Saints Row 2, you're fighting this giant of a man. And at some point, you are falling through several feet of like glass after glass, and you're like falling through the air just trying to like stab him with some poisoned tattoo needle or something. I don't fucking remember. But you're falling through the air just trying to fight off this giant of a man to kill him because he killed like your best friend or something in the game. At another point, and these are the final bosses, at another point, if you haven't played the game, I'm sorry, this game is years old, okay, it's super old. At another point, you're fighting a actual witch doctor who literally possesses voodoo abilities. At some point, he like either takes like a sample of your blood or like he takes a piece of your hair, and then he has a voodoo doll of you. During the fight, he will lift the voodoo doll up, and you will lift up in the air. This is a game that is based in reality. Like, most of the game, you are just in a real-world scenario. Yeah, there's, like, embellishments of what goes on in the government, and how the police react, and, like, what actually happens with gang violence. Doesn't matter. This guy has actual superpowers. He can lift you up with a fucking voodoo doll and slam you on the ground. And then that takes damage from you. It's like, what? A couple minutes ago, I was just fucking, like, selling drugs to people. Like, what is happening? I was paying a prostitute for, like, a hookup or something. Like, what? Why do you have superpowers? What is going on? What was the last one? What was the last one? Because in all the Saints Row games, each of the gangs are like colored, you know, because they're like trying to make fun of like the Crips and the Bloods, you know, like they were red, they were blue, you know, so on and so forth. And so in Saints Row, you had the gang that they all wore green, and each one of them had like different sections of the map that they owned. So if you walked into one section of the map, you'd see a bunch of guys wearing green. You walked into another section of the map, you see a bunch of guys wearing red. And then, what was the third one? There was a third one. The Ronin. Bro, legitimately one of the greatest moments in gaming history happened with this one. And I think they're basically samurais. They're street, they're like samurai, they're samurai bikers, which is something they revisit in the third game. They just couldn't get enough of the fucking samurai biker for some reason, except they changed from yellow to blue. But yeah, they're samurai bikers. They all wear yellow. They've got like dragon, like Yakuza looking like art, sort of dragon biker suits, like leather biker suits. And they wear like these yellow like cat-like helmets. And fucking, literally one of the most iconic scenes is when the character Johnny Gat fights these guys. And this is like one of the first missions, I think. it's like an inciting incident, you know? It's like at least in the story, it was like, oh, you're seen as a threat because you had a gang in Saints Row 1, and it continues from that story. Your gang was the most popular in the fucking, or most powerful and popular, not popular. I mean, it was popular. They do become celebrities, but your gang was the most powerful in the last. No, that's actually the same city, it's just changed, but you were the most powerful gang last game. You go to prison because somebody blew you up or something in the first game, and then you go to prison and you're in a coma, and that's where the Saints Row 2 starts. You then you're like, they see you as a threat, and they're like, okay, we gotta fucking get this. We gotta get this idiot, because it's a creator character. That's why I played it, first of all, because you can create your own character. Later on, I got into Dark Souls 2. I know, very fucking stupid of me, but I got into Dark Souls 2. Surprisingly, there was still people playing Dark Souls 2 when I got into it, to the point where I beat Dark Souls 2 with help. Like, co-op. The only way I got through the fucking fog of war forest was because I had somebody guiding me through the forest. They literally guided me through it, showed me where all the items are, and then I got through the forest with, like, no problem. I think I got killed twice in that forest, and that's, like, a notoriously difficult section to get through. Anyways. And I've definitely brought this up before. And we get the... Okay. Where is it? It's right there? Okay, good. And then we'll turn this on. Alright, I gotta move it. That's about center. Okay. So this is a scene in Saints Row 2. One of the first interactions, basically the inciting incident, because each and every gang has their own storyline that you have to go through. One of the first inciting incidences is this scene, which is absolute insanity. Actual insanity that happens in this game. These guys are samurai ninja bikers. They use samurai swords, okay? It's insane. It's insane. You have to see it.
I don't take much pleasure in this.
Then let me go.
That depends on you.
Aisha doesn't care that I'm stopping by, does she?
Fuck no. Aisha doesn't go
That's
out.
the main character. It's a creative character. You can make it whoever.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
If you're calm, help us find the money and do what I say.
My man has
I
two
give you
samurai
all you
swords.
will live.
Why do you need to dual wield? What is the point? Yeah, door's open. Clearly something's wrong.
Is you home?
Some context is that Aisha, the wife of Johnny Gat, is a, like, famous celebrity in this world. She used to be a singer, but because she was dating Gat, she, like, fell into some criminal mischief, let's say, and she had to go into hiding. Look at this shit. They're doing backflips off the fucking couch. Look at this. Look at this. The fucking camera tracking. What the hell?
Johnny, it's a trap!
The funny thing about that is they don't censor anything in this fucking game, but they censored her dying. They don't actually show her, like, what happened. I'm guessing her throat got cut. Jeez. Oh, fuck. The sound of that gun. sorry about that. Oh boy. Look at that shit! See? And why did they censor her? And this guy literally stabs somebody in the... It's insane. She kills her friend, she dies. He's still fucking standing after he's dead. He fucking, in the middle of fighting this fucking bald fuck, he kills another guy. Like, it's insane. He fucking stops him out of pride to just like, I'm gonna fight this guy myself. Bro, the fucking sound effects of the guns are incredibly loud. Stupidest moment of the main character. No other moment is as dumb as this. Literally gets his best friend fucking... hits him with the discombobulate from Sherlock Holmes. Look at this shit. He pulls the sword out of his fucking chest. The next fucking scene is you taking Johnny Gat, who has just been stabbed with a samurai sword, with a fucking katana, to a hospital. That's the very next mission after this point. The only way I know that is because I've done the mission so many fucking times that I know what happens after this. And as you take him to the hospital, he's like, I'm gonna fucking die, I'm gonna meet Aisha back in fucking heaven. It's like, you ain't going to heaven, buddy. The beginning scene, one of the first scenes in this game is the trial of Johnny Gat, where they're just listing off mass murders that he has committed. Like, just absolutely, like, laundering of money, mass murders, like, massive amounts of drug trafficking, just insane shit. And he's like, I can't, Aisha, I'm gonna see you in heaven. It's like, dude, come on. Anyways, fucking insane. Fucking absolutely cracked game. Absolutely insane, man. Actually fucking crazy. Yeah, they're swarming the house. It's so insane, dude. There's so many points in the game that is like that. You didn't need to go this hard. Volition? Did you guys know you were gonna go bankrupt or something? So you just made like one of the most sleeper hit games? The game doesn't look very good. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look the best. But the concepts it lays before you is just like, okay, I see what you're doing here. This is very clever. There's a reason why I played this game so much. Insane. Actually insane over at Volition. Which they no longer exist, so... yeah. Rough go of it. Don't play the fucking new one. It looks like shit. It plays like shit. Like, if you like notice, oh, Saints Row 2, it looks like shit. Play the new one, which came out, I think in 2023? Maybe? I don't remember. It came out very recently. It looks like shit. It actually looks like shit. The story is completely drained of any imagination. I don't know what the fuck happened. They were just like, people were just like, you know, Saints Row is kind of a sleeper hit. The last one was kind of shit, and people were just like, oh, they're rebooting the series. And then they made the Saints Row reboot, and everyone was like, what the fuck happened? What happened? What? It doesn't make any sense. They just fucked it up, and it makes me angry. Because Saints Row is such a beloved series to me. You know, just like, literally I could not get enough of Saints Row 2. Then I started playing Saints Row 3. I didn't play it as much. I still love it though. Saints Row 3 is just as outlandish as Saints Row 2. It's just like, it's a better game overall. Like, gameplay wise, it is just better. You know, the shooting is better, the driving is better. I can literally, like, you drive a plane in Saints Row. I don't know why they went so hard on the plane mechanics, but you're driving like a jet in Saints Row 3, and it's like, this drives like a fucking dream. This is how I want to fly jets and planes in a video game. And then I don't even know what happened in the third game. It's just garbage. It's alright. I mean, you have superpowers, so it's like you don't really need cars anymore, though. Don't know why. Don't know why. Anyways, how long have we been going for? Alright, I'm gonna call it here because the fucking monsters of... They just went to a fucking church gathering and now they're back home, so I'm just gonna cut it off here. I can use this as a VOD. This was fun. We got to chat. It was fun. So, I'll come back for another VOD. Not a VOD. I'll come back for a stream in a second, and we're gonna play the finals. So, anyways. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. My name is Lucky Luna. You can catch me on Twitch and YouTube at LuckyLuna_564. And you can catch me on Instagram, where I'm posting art and political commentary at __Luna564. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a couple seconds, because I'm just gonna start a new stream, but I'll be muted. So, expect that. And the finals. I'll be switching to the finals. Anyways, bye! See you later.